Afghanistan is real world, you might not be coming back, then that's when it became like, you know what, perhaps being the best medic or earning money, it doesn't matter. Like, I want to come back with my limbs. Like, how worth it is this to me? Like, why are we here? You know, am I here to be the best medic? Am I here to earn extra money? Because we get a lot of extra money and allowances when we're overseas. But, you know, when you're looking at possibly not coming back or coming back maimed, you know, there's got to be something more to this. You know, and why are we here, right? You know, the Canadian military, we're there to uphold Canadian societal values. And yeah, you better start believing it if you think that you're gonna, you know, risk your life over why we're over there. Very first time was this guy blew himself up in a market and he killed a bunch of women and children, no soldiers. So, you know, the locals hated him because he just killed a bunch of locals. So when we get on the scene, you know, there's like a lot of people crying, there's a big mess in the middle, and then there's these dogs running around. And so we went in, and I said to the interpreter, I said, you know, ask them where this guy's head is. And they're like, you know, they're talking, and he's like, yeah, they fed it to those dogs over there. I'm like, well, we need it. So, you know, I'm going over there and I'm like butt stroking these dogs for a human head. I'm like, you know, this is a little surreal, it's a little bizarre, but I need that head. This one dog didn't want to give it up. I didn't really want to hurt it, right? But, you know, it's like, you're eating my evidence, man. Like, you're seeing like women and children, you know, civilians. It's a little bit different. You know, you're working in a hospital. There are injuries, you know, maybe a gunshot wound or a stabbing, but here you're looking at massive trauma, and what's hard to get your head wrapped around is that people are doing this on purpose to each other. You know, they want to do this to other people, and that's kind of different. That, you know, that there's a part of not human nature. Like, there's people out there that want to cause this level of destruction and damage in other people. You know, as much as, you know, I would love to go back into a theater of operations, this is what we do. Like, I don't want to see that level of destruction, that level of violence that people do to one another. But if there are people that are doing that to others, by all means, send us in. I'm all for it, 100%. You know, like, there's so many people saying, you know, you can't just stand by and do nothing. Like I said, the only people that benefit from that are the ones that are doing the oppressing, 100%. They're the only ones that benefit from it. With a physical injury, you know that there's something wrong with you. As soon as you lost your legs, you're into a new life. There's a new you. Right? You're not going back to who you were before your legs are gone or your leg is gone. But with guys with PTSD, they want to be the person that they were before it, and they don't really even realize that sometimes they have PTSD. So they're trying to be this person that they were, and they're not getting the proper resources, because it's not the same as someone who like has a physical injury right away. You know, there's so many resources that are thrown their way. There's a lot of resources thrown their way for a person who has a mental illness, absolutely. But like I say, you know, sometimes they don't realize that they have it. So I kept myself super busy and never really dealt with anything. And then one day when I was driving my car, this white SUV was going to run a red light, and it almost T-boned me, and inside it was just like I was like back in Afghanistan, like, you know, my heart's racing, we're ready to go, and it was just nuts. But it's just, I'm like, wow, we're in the middle of Winnipeg, like. So then, literally the next week, I had a medical appointment where you have to have it your annual medical appointment. It's not annual; it's every 5 years. But at that time, you know, I was just having my medical appointment. So then I mentioned it to the nurse practitioner, and that I was having a little bit of insomnia. I was like sleeping like literally 3 or 4 hours a day for like over a year and a bit. So they sent me to talk to someone about insomnia. And then they're like, oh, we think you have PTSD. I'm like, oh, hey, fancy that. I didn't think so, but if you think so, you're the professional, then let's try and fix this. Well, it's nice to see that the chain of command is really changed with regards to mental health issues. You know, it's a lot easier for guys to come forward and say that they have problems and issues. So that's nice to see.